Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Technical Difficulties Podcast. Today is Tuesday.
November 19th. We are back from our 1 week break. Nate decided to go get some of the extra monies.
Yep.
And now hold the fucking phone. The way you said that was like, yeah, that's definitely what I was doing. Sure. Yep.
What's her name, Nate? What's her name? Is she cute?
Cinnamon. We apologize too for the lengthy delay. You'd figure that as a student who studies audio production and signal chaining,
I'm a student.
that I would be able to work out one of the simplest problems in audio in the audio production business, which is a sampling rate issue. But
nope. Turns out
it took me 25 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
But we're here now, and that is what matters. It will be whoopsies. It will be a shorter podcast today, just because we started a little late. Tyler was running behind, which I thought was going to be the sole reason that we were late. And then good old Alan and Heath had to change some shit on me. So,
man, if only you could have figured all this stuff out before I got here.
Well, guess who came home and took a hot shower? This motherfucker.
Dude, I slept like a rock last night.
Oh, I'm glad. Good for you.
Yeah.
I
thought I was gonna be late because I couldn't get out of bed. I was so tired.
But I do, in the brief amount of time that we are here, want to talk about a few things. First and foremost, we'll open with gaming-related stuff. For once, it's not Fallout 76.
Hooray!
They've just gone on a banning spree, banning people that are helping the game.
Trying to help the game. Hey, I found this bug. Okay, cool, you're banned.
Bye.
Anyway.
So we're just going to let the Bethesda joke sit in its grave for a little while. But, was it last night or the day before? Ford announced the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Now...
Mach-E? That's a dumb name,
Well,
though.
because, they had the Ford Mustang Mach-3.
Yeah, but I mean, that makes sense.
No, here's where... So, before you all of you EV sports car enthusiasts are like, ooh, finally an electric Mustang, which I'm not pro for, but that's aside the point. It's not what you think it is.
It's not exactly the P100D of...
It is the Model, what, X?
Yeah, it's the Model 3 of
with
Tesla cars.
The Mustang badge.
Yeah, it's the Model 3 with the Mustang badge. So it's like, is it still 2-door?
Mm-mm. It's 4-door.
It's like...
It's a crossover.
It's nearly a hatchback.
It's not a sports car. It's not a sports saloon. Sedan. I've been playing too many Forza games, but it's not a sports car, 2-door coupe, it's not a sports sedan, it's a fucking SUV.
Nearly.
And now, I will say, I'm not opposed to the idea of this all-electric SUV that Ford's putting out, and I honestly think that it looks pretty cool, especially the GT version has some really nice styling to it. I'm going to see if I can pull up some pictures here while we discuss it. My biggest problem with it, and I think this is the biggest problem that a lot of people that have a problem with it is they tacked the Mustang badge on it.
It doesn't really look like a Mustang. Why didn't they just call it a Fusion?
Or why didn't they call it like the Ford Escape, Eco, or the Ford Escape, something that fit,
or even the Focus, since they're turning that into a crossover.
Here's a genius idea: just call it the Ford Mach-E.
That I appreciate that instead of the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Just take the Mustang badge out of that. Just take the Mustang badge out of that, and I appreciate that a lot.
Because that's
where it's just like design inspired by the Mustang with classic electric.
I see what you're talking about the taillights now, Nate. See, they've changed it from the original concept. They used to look better. Now it just looks like the Mustang taillights that got shrank.
No, I haven't seen it.
So let me pull up. Actually, I'll just move this over. So here's a wide array of the images here. These are the taillights. This is the issue that I have. Those, they look a little small. A little out of proportion.
If you took the pony off of it.
And honestly, probably wouldn't be all that bad looking. And again, I don't really think that it looks too tremendously bad. I don't think that's actually it. That's a rendering. That's it. Again, it's a good-looking SUV.
Just take the pony off, please.
But yeah, it's not a Mustang.
Oh, fuck. It doesn't have door handles?
See, it's cool. And I think that's a GT.
It's pretty slick. It's just, yeah, it would make.
Let's see if we can find exclusively GT.
If they were going to make
See, also this little piece of press here, no. One of these things is not like the other.
If they were gonna make an electric Mustang, like pure Mustang, I would have appreciated it more if they would have went like the Roadster style, like Tesla Roadster style, where they made a 2-door sports car, electric car.
Yeah, and now look, and I know a lot of people that watch my streams or anything like that are well aware of my take on, all of this stuff. Yeah, the convertible is too different. Fuck out of here with that shit. That's what Ray said. Yeah, the convertible is the problem with that image. Most definitely not the overgrown, overfed fucking cow of a horse sitting right in the middle.
Yeah. There's a pony. There's a pony.
There's a cow.
There's a pony.
That's what they should have called it. The Ford Heifer Mach-E.
The Ford retired racehorse.
But a lot of people know, if they've watched my streams or they've followed me for a while, what my opinion is on electric cars. I'm not against them. I'm really not. And I know it sounds like a lot of the time that I am. But I feel like, in my opinion, they have a place in the automotive world. And there are some things that just should not be tampered with. As much as I think the Mustang is overdone, Pony, Pinto, Cow, Mustang, Filly. That's a good lineup. The Mustang should never... in my opinion, if you make a Mustang, I can't say it shouldn't ever, but if you make a Mustang an EV, you are therefore taking away... Because we talked about this in the group chat a while back. You take away what it is to be... It's more of a muscle car now. It used to be a pony car, but it's the same thing, just car size, really. A muscle car is defined by... Don't leave your wallet here this time, Nate. A muscle car is defined by...
Right.
Big car, 2 doors, V8. Big, thirsty V8. That is a muscle car. At least... That's the interpretation in the States. I know every country is going to have, slightly different. But in the States, it doesn't even have to be a 2-door, really. Big car, big engine, big noise. If you make an electric Mustang...
So, does a Crown Vic count as a muscle car?
Actually, some people would consider it as a muscle car, yes.
It's kind of a sleeper, though.
But
one of the reasons people like it.
I'm truly of the belief that if you take the Ford, the Camaro, even though the Camaro just got axed a couple months back, or the Challenger, the Charger, any of those classic American names, I feel like if you take the big thirsty V8s out of those and you put in electric engines, you have taken away the philosophy behind those cars. That is my personal opinion. But what I am okay with is Ford doing something like this, minus the Mustang badge, making sporty, fun, cool, and aggressively good-looking EVs, minus the taillights, that are, by the way, under 60 grand.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Nice.
Just take the fucking Mustang badge off of it.
By the way, How long do you think it'll take before somebody takes the new 7.3 liter V8s and throws it in a car that's way too small for it?
You talking about the ones in the Super Duties?
Yeah.
Probably a while. Because those may be 7.3 liter V8s, but they are not like...
Not designed for...
They're not
stuff like
powerhouses. They're designed for towing big shit.
torque.
So that's my take on the Mach-E. And that's how I'm going to call it. I'm never going to refer to it as the Mustang Mach-E unless I accidentally do. I just cannot physically bring myself to call it a Mustang because it's not. I truly believe that the Mustangs of now still aren't technically Mustangs because they've deviated so far from...
Yeah, the pony car world is kind of going towards like sports cars rather than like
But
muscles.
That
cars.
is definitely not a Mustang. And what I hope happen, and I don't hope that they fail, but what I'm worried about is that other car manufacturers are watching this release right now. Like every other car manufacturer.
Are they gonna
out
make
there.
a Camaro Mach-E?
That's what I'm concerned about. If this is a sales success, Dodge and Chevy and whoever else is going to be watching the success of this.
I wonder what a
And
Challenger
going-
Mach-E would look like.
I think Dodge is smart enough not to do that. They would probably
Oh, maybe
They'd
they make
probably
an
do it-
electric wagon.
they'll bring the Dart badge back because they've already butchered it enough. So you might as well just shoot it, put it out of its misery.
What if they made an electric Magnum?
I wouldn't buy it.
I mean, what if they made it though?
I would be a little upset. I don't think there's gonna. Truthfully, in the American market, there's really not market for a wagon anymore. It's sad because I think wagons are cool, but nobody wants wagons. If you want a wagon, buy a crossover. That was the evolution of the wagon.
I think at this point I would prefer a wagon over an SUV.
I would too.
But whatever, I guess.
In Europe, wagons are going strong. There's a Ford Focus ST wagon.
Focus ST wagon.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
What does that even look like?
It looks good. I really think it looks awesome. Yeah, sorry about that, Black Rose.
Sorry about what?
Said it took us a while to get the stream working.
Yeah, because we're not smart.
I think that's a good looking fucking car.
Kind of looks like a minivan.
You think so? Granted, that's the new generation. That's the first time I've seen it. See if I can find one of the older generations there. That's a little closer to Nate's. It's the size of Nate's car. Because I know scale does make it look like a minivan, but you have to bear in mind that it is small. The only real difference is instead of the drop on the hatch, it's more flat. I don't know what is different over there, but the European market is full of what they call estates or shooting breaks.
And also cars. More cars, less SUVs and stuff. Some people have argued that one of the reasons why SUVs and stuff are super popular over here is because
We're
nobody...
stupid.
Yeah, we don't know how to drive. None of us...
I mean, that's true.
No one can drive very well, and yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I miss the wagon era. I mean, Ford just killed their last wagon, the Flex.
I
Or
don't
was
even
it the
like
Flex?
the Flex.
I thought the Flex was okay in its early years.
Apparently it's fast.
I think wagons are cool.
I don't really. The only wagon that I really appreciate the looks of is the Magnum.
Well, it didn't always look that good.
I mean, that era of the Magnum looks good, in my opinion. That's
Well-
like the only one.
But like, for instance, that's a perfect example. In the European market, there was no Magnum, or there might have been a Magnum, but there was also a Chrysler wagon. It was essentially the Magnum with the Chrysler 300 on the front. But like, you could, I don't know why wagons are still alive. That you appreciate the Magnum because it's the real only American wagon you ever see. There's some really nice looking. Let's see if I can find some of the AMG wagons, because those look good. That's an alright looking wagon. I'd drive that. They're a little large. The European ones that's more of a luxury one, not a sporty one. They're rather large.
Mm.
But we don't get those in the States because for whatever reason the wagon market doesn't exist. But until
I kind of hate how the car market is vanishing as well.
Well, yeah. Until I think of something else, we're going to move on from the discussion of automobiles and on to more gaming-related stuff, because I think that's actually what we were going to start with, and then I changed it.
Yeah, you were like, speaking of what's starting with gaming stuff, Ford has... It's like, that's not gaming, but okay.
I really don't know where to start because we've been gone for 2 weeks now. Well, a week. We're back after a week and 2 weeks, I guess. But I guess we'll start with something that we always do talk about. Sea of Thieves. And I can go ahead and pull up the trailer and get that rolling. They announced the Seabound Soul. What are we streaming tonight? Or will we stream? I'm not sure. It's a good question. The game we've been playing lately is very unentertaining to watch.
What have you been playing lately?
The Hunter. It's a hunting simulator.
Oh.
It's a bunch of walking and tracking and walking and walking and tracking.
Don't forget walking.
Yeah, that's right. There is some walking in there. Oh, and then there's the occasional shooting.
Oh,
and then there's the occasional World War III.
And sometimes we just sit in a tree
and watch
for like an hour.
Fun game. I know I make it sound not fun. It is a really fun game, but it's boring as sin to watch. Let's see here. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, the Sea of Thieves. The next update is titled Seabound Soul.
Seabound Soul.
Yes, and it's going to be awesome. It's nice to be able to show you all this, and then we can actually discuss what's in the trailer, and I know exactly what I'm allowed to talk about and what I'm not allowed to talk about. It's always a good thing, is knowing what I can talk about.
Yeah, I'd say that would be important.
All right. Let's mute mics. Well, actually, let's bring this live first. All right, now I'm going to mute the mics, bring it over, and we're going to watch.
Waves with Sea of Thieves, the shared world pirate adventure game that throws brave buccaneers into an ever-changing experience of excitement and danger. And we're back with our next free monthly update, the Seabound Soul. There's an all-new lore-focused tall tale mission for players looking for a thrilling story. Join Captain Pendragon to uncover the mystery of the feared ship, the Ashen Dragon, and reveal the secrets of a sinister new threat. And we're bringing the heat with the introduction of new fire bombs. This explosive ammo allows players to rain devastation on their enemies. And that's not all. Over in the arena, our focused competitive multiplayer mode, there are new cosmetics and commendations to battle over as you fight for victory. So get ready to light a fire under your rivals with the next free Sea of Thieves monthly update, the Seabound Soul.
Play it with Xbox Game Pass.
All right, so now that everybody's seen that,
Can we talk about how everybody ever uses the same glass break sound effect?
yeah.
It's like the same
I thought that
one.
sounded pretty familiar.
It's like the same one you hear all over the place.
So first and foremost, finally I can talk about fire.
Fire!
I don't know how much you remember of that trailer, Nate, because Nate didn't really pay attention because he'd already seen it. The scene where they actually show the fire is just what I've always imagined fire to be in that game. Just
The fucking ship's just on fire.
It's ablaze. Like, it's not going out. I am so happy that we have new... Granted, I can't say ammo type because it's also... They showed that you can throw it. So... But I'm glad that we can finally have a separate thing to load into the cannons that isn't just a cannonball. Or a variation of a cannonball. It is a different ammo type. Give us grape shot now, please.
Yeah, that would be pretty great.
Grappling.
Oh, man.
You're the only one that thought that was funny.
I mean, the only thing they thought was funny was the look you gave me. Makes it worth it every time.
Wouldn't mind some grappling hooks. That'd be cool, although we kind of got that with the harpoon gun. Chain shot. That's one that I want. Chain shot would be great.
Just make it easier to take out masts.
Okay, look. When the boat's moving, it's hard to hit a little itty-bitty twig coming up off the center of the ship. If you're far enough away, that's what it looks like.
It's like, chain shot is going to be like whenever fucking Frankie got banned at a hardcore game of Battlefield 4.
Well, yeah.
With his fucking duckbill shotgun. It turns around a corner, blam! Kills one enemy and 5 teammates and instantly gets kicked.
Black Rose said the voice in the trailer sounded like me for a sec. Well, I am flattered, but I'm not that good at a pirate voice.
The Shared World Sea Adventure Game. He's kind of got a Scottish accent, but different dialect than the one we always use.
So that actually comes out tomorrow. So we might have to take a break from hunting, Nate.
Fresh wow.
And do that.
What?
The Seabound Soul.
Anytime I want
comes
it,
out tomorrow.
Day or night.
Also noticed it looked like they had the Ashen Ship cannons in that trailer. You all notice that? Because they matched the blunderbuss and shit. Which I thought was a pretty appropriate way to unveil the fireball things. Because they had the explodey cannons on the end and then they were flaming out the ends. I'm also extremely excited to try this new Tall Tale. It's just one. I will clarify that. I don't know if they have clarified that, but I will. It's not a whole chapter of Tall Tales. It is one Tall Tale. But it looks really cool because we get to see the return of that ghost-like lantern thing where when you use it, it illuminates a scene that's happening out in front of you. And I'm super excited. That was one of my favorite Tall Tales, aside from the Shores of Gold, which just can't be beaten. That was a phenomenal Tall Tale. But moving on, this is where we're gonna have to start heckling Tyler some more.
What do you mean?
Get a PC.
Why? Why should I?
Because I want you to be able to play Halo with us.
But I mean, what's in it for me?
Playing Halo with us, being part of the master race.
But all you guys are scrubs in Halo, so.
Oh, you just wait until you get a keyboard and mouse, you whore.
Everybody hop on Xbox. We'll play a game.
I'd have to go buy one.
I thought you had one. Did you sell
Okay.
it?
No, we do. We actually have two, but my brother has one and my mom has the other.
Just hop in fucking
Or now,
backwards
hear me out.
compatible Halo Reach, and then
Hear me
if
out.
you guys can beat me
Hear-
three against one, then I'll get a
Hear-
PC.
Hear me out. Right? I know this might be tough for you. Get a computer and then play a non-backwards compatible, fully reworked Reach in 4K, and this one you're never going to be able to beat 60 FPS.
I don't see your point.
And this is why he's on an Xbox, Nate. He's one of the idiots that takes a picture of a freeze frame in a game and says, "See, FPS doesn't matter."
What a nerd.
Look at this. This screenshot was taken at 120 FPS, and this one was taken at 15. No difference.
But the reason we're talking Halo here,
Halo.
December 3rd, Halo Reach will be launched to the Master Chief Collection. It will include, at launch, campaign, multiplayer, firefight. Forge and Theater will be added later. It sounds like they're going to try to make their design or their development flow follow the rest of the games. They're not really going to work much on Forge until they're at that stage of development with Halo 3 and 4. Probably because those are the only two other games in the Master Chief Collection that have Forge. So they just want to knock them all out at the same time. I'm still super excited because we've got myself, Nate, you're getting the game.
Getting what game?
Reach.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Nick's going to be getting Reach. Gandhi's going to be getting Reach. Oranges is getting Reach. Josh decided he was going to forgive you and play Halo with us. I'm pretty sure we can convince old Jackboot to get Reach, because apparently he was a big Halo fan in the past. If we could convince John to get Halo Reach, we would have 8 people.
We'd have the squad.
That is a whole team.
That'd be pretty rad, dude. We'd destroy.
Yeah, Halo. But I mean, then we would turn in effectively to the people that we absolutely despised in high school when we played Halo.
All these guys are just in clans and it sucks. It's like, now we are the clan.
Ray, will you please get Reach? Because it's only $10 on Steam.
Hey, Ray, get Reach.
And since Tyler's going to be a little whore about it.
Hey, Ray, if you get Reach, I'll get a
snap.
PC.
Get Reach.
He called you a whore.
Please. Pretty please. If all it takes is you to get a $10 game to make him get a Reach or get a PC.
Yeah, then I'll spend $2,010.
It'll be the only game in my collection.
I'll be like my brother and I'll only play fucking
Minecraft
and fucking Pokemon and what is it? Emulators.
Reach is a prequel to the Halo games, and it is not already out. It comes out December 3rd.
Yeah, it takes place canonically before
The
Halo
rest of the
Combat
Halo
Evolved.
games. Yeah.
So-
Phenomenal game. Contrary to what you might find on the internet, because I think Halo Reach got.
It's honestly, like, story-wise and stuff, it's not as good as Halo 3.
I love the story in Halo Reach, but
It's not as good as Halo 3 in the vast majority of people's opinions. But gameplay-wise, it's an evolution on top of Halo 3 and it's pretty good.
The
So
other
like
thing-
the multiplayer is really, really good.
I mean, I think too. Well, Halo's multiplayer is always
Yeah.
good.
Halo's multiplayer is just good in general.
It's fun. Like, it's one of the few fast-paced competitive multiplayer games that I can still hop in, be absolute trash at, and have fun. Like, it's good. Not to mention, with Reach, we get Firefight. And Firefight's a lot of fun. I remember the good and the bad of Firefight. When Nate and I would pull our all-nighters and play, sometimes we'd jump into Firefight, and it would be, like, later in the evening, and we'd just start falling asleep running into walls. And so I remember waking up one day and there was a jackal to my right and I'm just running at a wall.
Beautiful.
But the thing I like about Reach, and I think this is what a lot of people don't like, is it doesn't really have a happy ending. Like, it's not really a bright story. It's dark. There's even all of the victories that you encounter throughout the campaign are immediately met with
Yeah, they're all
tragedy.
kind of like Pyrrhic victories. It's like, I won, but at what cost?
And by the end of the game, your whole team is gone. Spoiler alert on a game that's been out for what? 10 years? It's honestly, and it's real, because the thing I like about it is Halo Reach, Halo is a war game. Granted, it takes place 500 years in the future, but it's still a war game. And so the fact that Reach tells such a good war story is good to me. I really like Reach. I like the visuals. I like the story a lot.
I like the multiplayer.
Yeah, I love
Let's
the multiplayer.
play the multiplayer.
And a lot of people didn't like the DMR, and I don't understand why. I love the DMR. Maybe because they replaced the battle rifle with it.
Yeah, they didn't have the BR, and the BR was like a mainstay. Everybody loved the BR.
But don't hate the DMR because there was no battle rifle, because the DMR is still a good gun.
Yeah, and plus, Reach introduced SWAT.
Yes, they did, and that is wasn't that your favorite game mode, Nate?
What?
SWAT?
I think so.
That's the one where it's
I know what it is.
no shields and
Yeah,
with
no
pistols and
shields.
DMR.
Pistol DMR.
Yep.
That's a good game mode. Really like SWAT. I really like. I don't know why Capture the Flag is so fun in Halo, but it is.
One flag CTF is fucking a nightmare, but it's hilariously fun. But one flag CTF is a nightmare.
To put this into perspective, Ray, we got oranges to play Halo. I didn't say this. Halo Online, the Halo game that's not
just
supposed
say
to
Halo
exist.
3.
Halo 3. We got her to play Halo 3, and then we transitioned over to Halo 5 so that we could start streaming it. And she absolutely loved it. And she's not as bad as she says she is, but she says she's bad. Because it's a very close quarters, tight combat scenario.
Yeah, half the time you fucking beat your opponent down with your fucking bare hands.
But what's super fun is playing in private games like 4v4, where you're not worrying about the toxicity of some of the other people or the god tier skill level of some of the other people, which is what I always ran into in Reach, which is what Nate always ran into in Reach. Except Nate was really good at assassinations. That part he was good at.
I mean,
That
I was
Halo
pretty
4.
pretty good in Reach and 3. But, I haven't played in a while, so if I run into anybody who's trying really hard, I'll probably get fucking killed.
When you get a PC, you're going to be even worse because that'll be the first time you've played a competitive FPS game on a keyboard and mouse.
Well, I mean, the only thing I'll have problems with is key bindings. Otherwise, it's point and click.
You say that, but I'm sure Nate will back me up on this. Battlefield 3 was the first competitive FPS game I ever played on
All
a PC.
I've got to do is find the right mouse sensitivity, get the right size of a
Nate,
mouse
will you
pad,
tell him it's not that easy?
and then just
What?
bang. It'd be
Switching
easy.
from a keyboard to a mouse or switching from a controller to a mouse and keyboard on an FPS game.
I bet it's easier than switching
take-
from mouse and keyboard to controller for the first
It
time.
is. But here's the thing. It's really hard because you never get a chance to test your skill because you're playing with a ton of people who have honed that skill for years. So the second you see someone, you're already dead because they're
Well, that's
already
why
like, boom, click.
that's why Halo would be a great transition game because of the high TTK. So yeah,
Black Rose says, not to flex on you amateur gamers, in all caps, but I am the best Roblox player you'll ever meet.
1v1 me in Minecraft, bro. Bows, only 360 ladder scopes. Only 360
Ray says
ladder
she was
shots.
terrible on a controller for a goddamn minute. I mean, it's switching from controller to keyboard mouse. Granted, I played on PlayStation prior to PC, not Xbox. But I mean,
It's sort of better than going from mouse and keyboard to a controller.
yeah, the other way
Where
around is impossible because you're so. By the time you've played on a mouse and keyboard for so long, you're so used to the mouse sensitivity where you move and your camera goes wherever you want, really darty.
Whereas whenever you're trying to get smooth controls on a joystick, yeah.
Or whenever we're in Sea of Thieves and John demonstrates just how high DPI can go when he has an Xbox player hold their analog stick all the way to the right and they turn around really slow, and the amount of time they can make one rotation, he makes like 12.
I gotta tell you though, I don't understand how Frankie played Modern Warfare 2 the way he did, because he played it on max sensitivity on a controller, and he could tap the stick, just click, and he'd do a 180. Like, how are you accurate at all like that on a controller?
Black Rose says, bet, Tyler, you don't want this smoke.
Bows only, and only 360 ladder shots.
And only on PC. Oh, well, I guess Tyler's out.
I'll borrow my brother's PC because it's the only game he has on it.
So yeah, we should. I don't think it will be hard for me to convince everybody to get on Sea of Thieves tomorrow. So I'm gonna say we play Sea of Thieves tomorrow night. I don't want to commit to a stream tonight because I'm still on a hunting hook, and that game is really fun to play, very boring to watch. So you can pop in here every now and again, see if we're streaming. But I'm gonna say 95% chance tomorrow we stream Sea of Thieves. We're probably gonna do the new Tall Tale and chase after some people and set some people on fire. Cause that's always fun, doing the devil's work. If only you could change the color. Could you imagine if you could use the Flames of Fate to change the color of the cannons in that? So you die once by player, and now all your fireballs are pink.
You throw
so you set them
fireballs
on fire, and they catch up fire in a pink flame, and you're like, haha.
Man, that'd be rad if you just like die by lightning and you just white fire everywhere. It'd be pretty awesome.
So, well, you're more than welcome to join us if you are, Ray. I'll be posting something in the recruiting board later tonight, because I got to start my recruiting early. Oh, I might get Josh. Josh has Sea of Thieves.
Does he?
He does.
Nice.
He played on Xbox, but he has it digitally, so he can download it on his PC. He's in Japan though, so I don't know how well his connection will be.
Great internet in Japan.
Well, but the ping is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's a whole world away.
Halfway
He's 14
across
hours ahead of us.
Jesus. Nice.
So
So it's like fucking 7 a.m.
and he's probably playing something right now. He's on at weird hours.
I was gonna say,
for
is he
Japan
deployed?
people. Yeah, he's stationed in Japan.
Good
I think
for
he
him.
comes back in February, March. But he hasn't talked to me. I told him that we were looking for people to play Halo, and he's like, "Oh, I'm totally down." And I'm like, "We'll try not to run you over with warthogs this time and capture the flag." And he hasn't responded since then, and that was 2 days ago.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, I'll see if he wants to jump in. But we'll find a crew. I'm saying 95% chance we do Seabound Soul tomorrow, because I really want to try it in the live build. There's some exciting things coming to the Pirate Emporium too that I'm looking forward to. With that being said, we are gonna go figure out what we're doing post podcast. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you all next time. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.